Morning Year 4. Today we're going to have a go at Bing Bong Zong as our active starter. Can you remember how to play that? You have to pat your legs 3 times and saying Bing Bong Zong, and then you have to hold up a certain number of fingers on your hands. Today we're going to have a go at multiplication Bing Bong Zong. So if I held up 10 fingers and my partner held up 5 fingers, 10 times 5 would be 50. The first person that shouts the answer out is the person that wins the point, and then you keep playing. Okay, Grace and I have had a go so you can see what we mean. I hope you enjoy.
Bing bong zong. 24. Bing bong zong. 45. Bing bong zong. 48. Bing bong zong. 28.
Our lesson today is going to carry on with our work on area. So what's the big picture? Area is a measure of how much space there is inside a shape. Calculating the area of a shape or surface can be useful in everyday life. For example, you may need to know how much paint to buy to cover a wall or how much grass seed you need to sow a lawn. The key vocabulary for the lesson: area, space, 2D shape, squares, measure, total, rows, columns, half. Here is a 2D shape. If we fill the shape, we can see the space that the shape takes up. This is the area of the shape. Area is the space inside a closed 2D shape. Which shape would be the best to fill the rectangle, and why? Pause the video and have a think. Which shape would be the best to fill the rectangle? Let's try the circle. You can see there are 4 in a row, and there are 5 rows. Is the area of the shape 20 circles? Look at all those gaps. We said yesterday that we can't have gaps when we're looking at area. Let's try the square. There are 4 squares in a row, and there are 5 rows. The area of the rectangle is 20 squares. Let's see what the area of this is. I can see that there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 squares. So the area is 7 squares. Have a look at these here. Pause the video now and see if you can work out the area by counting squares. How did you get on? The first one is 9 squares. The second one is 4 squares. And the third one is also 4 squares. Have a look at this 2D shape here. You can see it's got squares within it. There's different colours. We've got green, orange, purple and white. Can you pause the video and fill in the sentences to the right? How did you get on? There are 2 green squares. The area of the orange squares is 4. The purple area is 2 squares. And the white area is 4 squares. The total area is 12 squares. Hi Ron. He says to find the area I'm going to count the squares. The total area is 12 squares. That's right Ron, well done. Hello Amir. Amir says he's going to be more efficient by using multiples. Oh, let's see what you mean. Amir says that he can see that there's a row of 4 there, so he's going to count in 4s because he can see 3 rows. So he's going to say 4, 8, 12, which is the same as 4 add 4 add 4. Or you could say 4 3 times, which is also 12. Amir also spotted the columns. In the column there are 3. He's 4 columns in total, so he's going to count in multiples of 3. 3, 6, 9, 12. That can be written as 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 as the repeated addition, or he can say 3 times 4, which is also 12. Can you have a go at Amir's method to work out the areas of these shapes here? Pause the video now and have a think. How did you do? 5 times 2 equals 10 squares. 1 times 6 equals 6 squares. And 4 times 4 equals 16 squares. Well done. What about the area of this one? We're going to be looking at the blue shaded area. You can see here that we have 3 whole squares. So we're going to write down the whole squares first. Then at the end, we have 1 square that is only half shaded. So we can say it is 3 1/2. Can you have a look at these and do the same thing? Remember, 2 halves would make a whole. Pause the video now and have a think. How did you get on? The first one is 2 1/2 squares. That is the area of the first shape. What about the second one? You can see that there are 2 whole ones, but 2 half ones, making it 3 squares. 3 squares is the area of the second shape. And the third one, you can see there are 4 whole ones and 4 half ones, making the area of the shape 6 squares. Now it's your turn. Remember to only do one chili. You either do chili 1, chili 2 or chili 3, depending on how you think you've got on with the work today. Okay, so this question is suitable for chili 1. It says count the squares in each shape to find the area, and then which shape has the greatest area. Pause the video and have a go now. This question is suitable for chili 1. It says what is the area of the shaded part of the shape? Pause the video and have a go now. This question is suitable for chili 1, 2 and 3. It says here is a kitchen tile. What area of the tile is blue? What area of the tile is white? And what is the total area of the tile? Pause the video and have a go now. This question is suitable for chili 1, 2 and 3. It says these 2 shapes are made up of squares of the same size. Jack says these 2 shapes have the same area. Rosie says the first shape is bigger as it takes up more space. Who is correct? And explain how you know. Pause the video and have a go now. This question is suitable for chili 2 and 3. It says here is a rectangle. The rectangle has blank rows and blank columns. What is the area of the rectangle? And how did you work out the area? This question is suitable for chili 2 and 3. This is where I'd like you to have a go using Amia's method. Can you look for the multiples of, or can you look at the times table that you need to do to find the area rather than counting the squares? So it says find the area of each rectangle. Pause the video and have a go now. This question is suitable for chili 3. Nija and Eva are making shapes. They each use 6 squares. You can see Nija's shape there and Eva's shape to the right. The area of Nija's shape is equal to the area of Eva's shape. Is this true or false? And how do you know? Pause the video and have a go now. The final question is for chili 3. It says what is the area of each shape? Pause the video and have a go now. Well done today, guys. This is your time to mark your work so you can do your check. The answers to this is A is 9, B is 10 squares and C is 11 squares. Which shape has the greatest area? That would be C. Well done. What is the area of the shaded part of the shape? It's 14 squares. Here's the kitchen tile. There are 4 blue squares, 6 white tiles, 6 squares, and the total area of the tiles are 10 squares. These 2 shapes are made up of squares of the same size. So Jack thought these 2 shapes have the same area, and Rosie said the first shape is bigger as it takes up more space. So who was correct? That's right, it was Jack. And we know that because they both have an area of 9 squares. Here's the rectangle. It has 3 rows and 4 columns, giving it an area of 12 squares. Find the area of each rectangle. Did you have a go using Amia's method? A was 7 squares, B was 10 squares, and C was 24 squares. Here we go. The area of Nija's shape is equal to the area of Eva's shape. Is this true or false? It's false. How did we know? They're not using the same size shapes. To be able to compare, we need to use the same squares. What is the area of each shape? The first one was 7 squares and the second one was 4.5 squares. Great work today, guys. I had a look at Times Tables Rockstars and looked for coins collected over the last 7 days on Thursday the 21st of January. I looked at the top 8, so well done to Izzy, Erin, Thomas, Mia, Louis, Zoe, Riley and Charlie. Good job. Here are your dojo points. Well done, guys. Last week I did a challenge and asked you to get active with doing multiples by either doing star jumps or frog jumps. So I'm going to do a shout out to Noah and Thomas in my class who sent me a video clip. So, happy watching.
3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 32, 36, 40, 40, 80, 120, 160, 200, 240, 280, 320, 360, 400.
Good job, boys. That looked like fun, but you're also practicing your maths and getting active at the same time. If you'd like to send me a video clip of you doing any of the active starters, can you try and film it in landscape for me, and then I can see if I can fit them into the video lessons. Remember to email me your work at this address. Great work today. See you tomorrow.